taking you through just a brief overview of the mobility options with Jabber and mobile phones, and I'm going to put in here Connect. Now, I'm not finished with this prezo, but I know you guys have a call tomorrow, and I have to preempt that call with a little bit of information that may give you some additional knowledge you need to make decisions on, and also make decisions for the future. So let's get started. Let me put this away. Get this away. And there's something that I don't have here, so let me do that. Okay, I just wanted to get ready there. So, sorry. So it's a Jabber. So there's all types of Jabber. Everybody uses this term quite openly for everything Jabber related or Cisco application for presence, chat, voicemail. It's UCM and Unity connection. So that's just to take a look at the different versions that are out there. Jabber for Windows provides chat, presence, voice, voicemail, and also I'm going to almost, and you'll see what I mean for that. What I mean by that is the escalation to WebEx. And I want to say almost because there's a problem there that you'll soon, I'll let you know about. There's chat, presence, visual voicemail. Again, WebEx. Jabber for iPhone. So there's a Jabber for iPhone. I like to call the Jabber for iPhone the Jabber for iPhone voice because it's the voice component. It's the SIP that provides voice, and it also provides connectivity to Unity connection, giving you visual voicemail. And then there's also this guy here, the Jabber IM for iPhone. It is IM for iPhone. Two applications here, and this provides chat and presence. Chat and presence. And we, in WebEx here also because it's an application, but we're just about Jabber here. And then we have it for Android. I like that Jabber for Android voice, and it's voice and dial voicemail. So not visual voicemail, like dial voicemail. Okay, you want to think the next guy you should be IM for Android, similar to the Jabber IM for iPhone, but there is not one. Cisco has repeatedly said it's coming, and the first time I heard that was about a year and a half ago. So I'm not sure what it's coming means, but it should mean, month, apparently. There's Jabber for iPad. Jabber for iPad, you'll hear in a second, it can use as back-end WebEx Connect or cuts. There's also some of these others that soon, like Jabber for Windows, I'm going to put here, can use WebEx or cuts also as the back-end. I know that the backend can be provided by an on-prem cup server or the WebEx Connect product, through Cisco or and I think through us. I think we kind of label it or something back end for the Jabber for iPad can also be hooked in for the voice component, UCM, and or telepresence. Again, I just want to stress I haven't finished this presentation. It's kind of pieced together, but I just wanted to get it out to you guys to give you some good info. So you'll hear me struggling here. So Cisco ASA. This is the Cisco ASA. Basically, it provides firewall, IPS, intrusion prevention, and VPN. I mean, those are the basic components. It provides antivirus, scanning, anti-spam, anti-phishing, anti-spyware, and email filtering. Machine hardware accelerated. A lot of the code is kind of pushed down to hardware that accelerates the scan of these things, and also stateful inspection of packets and things like that. So that's what they mean by hardware accelerated. The sizes basically range from the palm-held 5505, which usually us small offices, or like in my lab, that's what I have, all the way to the big, enormous turbocharged 5585X. Basically, the sizes increase the amount of throughput that can go through the firewall, MAC VPN connections, that would be like a site-to-site VPN, maximum AnyConnect connection, so that's like a remote worker or something, bringing up AnyConnect on their laptop or something like that, and features. One, context. Remember, you guys are familiar with the UCCaaS environment. You use the context feature in the firewalls to separate the policies, kind of creating like virtual firewalls for each customer. Okay, next slide. Cisco VPN primer. So what I mean here, VPN client primer, maybe let's call it. So there's the old school Cisco VPN client. This has been around for a long time. This is a downloadable client. Been out there, I think, for at least a decade. And on the host end, or the headquarters end, where you would be VPNing from a PC or something, there's the old contrators. I think there's 6,000. I forget, 3,000, 6,000. And then, of course, there's OS, ASA, that also support this VPN client. Very robust, been out there a long time. You can push profiles and policies down and do all this cool stuff. Then people speak of that VPN, or some people call it clientless VPN, or you hear it called the clientless VPN. Simply, that is a clientless. It's basically you bring up a web browser, you VPN in through this web portal, and then via that web portal, that is the tunnel that goes through the net and into your enterprise, so to speak. So, example, I think I have an example of that. Let's see here. I think on Jabber's PC here. We'll cancel this. Okay, let's put that away and bring up this web portal. I have right here. It's just URL. Go to this URL. This URL is just my say, and then I can log in. Now, what's happening here is I've kind of go into the enterprise. There's an encrypted tunnel through this interface in the enterprise. All right, so I go home here. I can see some bookmarks, and these are just URLs. So I can click on the URL, and it takes me to my call manager now. This PC on the internet, and it VPN to ASA, and through the web portal, I'm coming in the environment using web application. I tell I'm in the web portal and going through this web-based VPN because I have little things over here. You see up here in the upper right, I can see that I have something extra over here. All right, I can go back to my home page here and see I'm back. Now, if I go to CCN, one thing I would like you to notice, my real UCM address is 11.0.0.10. But as you can see, if I go here, I'm going through the firewall to get there. See, that's not the real address right there. Okay, so that's what clientless VPN or web VPN is. AnyConnect. So this Cisco VPN is a client. A lot of capabilities based on SSL. I like the fact that you can the client on the PC itself, and you can go to web portal, and that web portal will then, push that web client onto the PC. So, a lot of capabilities here. It seems to me that this is where Cisco is concentrating efforts. I hear AnyConnect on everything now. It's already on Mac and PC and iPads and things like that. Different clients. So Connect and Secure Connect. This is a kind of visual representation because you'll hear this term here. This was Cisco's direction a few back. I don't know what happened. I can't tell you the 2 Jab sessions I was on that talk a lot about remote connectivity and how to bring remote devices in. Talk about Secure Connect, which I was quite alarmed. I could only surmise that this strategy, this strategically, they've kind of dumped this, are going to stay with the AnyConnect. What is Secure Connect? It's based on AnyConnect, but it's application-based. What I mean by that, if I look at this device, this is device A, and using AnyConnect. When AnyConnect connects into an ASA to get to the enterprise, I know I have on-prem for UCCaaS, but this is the ASA, and this is an ASA. We fire up AnyConnect VPN, and we VPN. This is an encrypted tunnel through the internet, and the whole device is kind of connected. Application VPN, or what they call Secure Connect, is just the application itself. And this is when they came out with this on, let's look at this Android device right here. Let me just show what this looks like. Very evident that Cisco Jabber down. So let's go to Cisco Jabber here. And to the settings, going there on the lower left, I go to accounts right there in the middle. You have Secure Connect. But with Secure Connect, I can see that I can have secure connections within my application. So I fire this application up, and this application can automatically VPN across the internet if it doesn't have access to. If it can, the UCM or something like that, fire this up and go across the internet, and it'll be an application VPN. In other words, just the application, the device. Let's say that itself, if I started web browsing or something like that, that's not using VPN or anything like that. So that's free. Go out to the internet or 3G, 4G, or whatever. So that means Secure Connect. All right. Again, the mobility strategy by Cisco seems to be to forget we mentioned Secure Connect, lock AnyConnect, and don't talk about anything else. That's been the last few months. Again, training. They haven't. A few months ago, I was in some training in San Jose, and I asked about Secure Connect. And there was a Jabber guy speaking, and he just looked at me like headlights. He didn't know what it was. So quite interesting there. Okay, Connect. You will hear security folks talk about full tunnel and split tunnel. And what are some security concerns if, let's say we're using ASA for devices, whether it be a laptop or iPhone, iPad, or something like that? You'll hear their full tunnel. So what that just means is full any communication out of that client or out of the device is through the internet, through the tunnel to the enterprise. All right, that's great if I'm talking to Call Manager or web browsing to some of my internal websites or SharePoint or something like that. But if I fire up, let's say, Netflix or something like that, and I start streaming a video to my device, well, that Netflix stream is going to go also through that ASA, and then this particular link right here, whatever it is, who knows what it is, connected in the UCCaaS. We need to, be concerned with this. If the card is connected, with the internet connection, and they have so big a pipe, certainly don't want, take a pipe by someone watching Netflix or something like that. Again, some security people do that because know everything that's going on. So there's some, privacy issues there, maybe some security issues. Anyway, just the way things work when we're talking about full. And then there's this concept called tunnel, and that's where basically the ASA would push down profiles and policies down to the AnyConnect client sitting on the remote device and tell that device IP subnets to push through the tunnel. And you would gather all your subnets that exist in your device. You figure that policy inside the ASA to push the AnyConnect clients. And let's say our enterprise has 10.0.0.0 and 11.0.0. You put the two in. When the AnyConnect client would connect up, it will put that policy down, and now the device only communicating to these IP subnets will send traffic in the encrypted VPN tunnel into the enterprise. So that's much better. Pros to that, limits the company subnets, or limits to the company subnets, and limits traffic thing over here. And the cons, difficult to summarize, split tunnel outlets, right? Most enterprises don't have two subnets, right? They have tons of them a lot of times, and it's hard to summarize. A lot of subnets, and then you have to keep up with those subnets to make sure that you found the right subnet list down the policy file to get to the AnyConnect client, so they can send only the traffic destined to enterprise applications down that tunnel. Okay, here's an interesting thing, and this gets to what devices support what. And this is very interesting for some folks. As I mentioned opening, people use the term Jabber and AnyConnect very loosely. It's dangerous to do that because you give people the wrong expectations, especially our customers. Go through this. What I have at the top here is Jabber Voice. The support Jabber Voice, the SIP phone. Right? The device support Jabber, the chat presence client. Connectivity for on-premise. Through this in here, but it should be known the Wi-Fi, probably the preferred connectivity on-premise. And then connectivity while remote, roaming on 4G or 3G or something like that. Let's look at the device. The iPhone. I don't have Jabber Voice. Check. It has Jabber Voice, and as I said before, I think I mentioned it's a standalone client. What I mean by that, let's bring up an iPhone. That's the iPad. Let's bring up an iPhone. Hold on 1 second here. I think it's this guy. No, it's not, so give me a second. We want to bring this guy back up to 84. Oh, boy, that came up pretty large there. Let's down a little bit here. Okay, here's an iPhone, and go look at our Cisco applications, I have a group here called Cisco Apps, and you can see we can see that there's Cisco Jabber. Now, this is the one I like to call Cisco Jabber Voice. And then Jabber IM. So both are different applications. This one supports voice, and this one supports the messaging. All right? Okay, and then on-prem connectivity, Wi-Fi, right? Remote connectivity, AnyConnect. I would see that we have AnyConnect on this iPhone. If we go back home, and I can see that there's AnyConnect right there. Right, that's the VPN client. iPad's a little bit different. CC, it means combined client. So there's a new client out that combines the Jabber Voice and Jabber IM. That looks like, let's see, do I have that guy here? Yes, I do. Let's see what that guy's like. Should have it. All right, let's go in my Cisco applications right here. Let's go to Jabber. All right, you can see it's not called Cisco Jabber or Cisco or Jabber IM. It's just called Jabber. Again, using different clients, and you can see I left this unset up because I wanted you to see right inside have set up video and voice calling account. You go in that. You can even get a free one using Presence or something like that. I forget what it is. Okay. You can go out, and then you have your choices. You know, I have Communication Manager as my back-end voice, so I have Telepresence. Video Communication Server as my back-end, or do I have the Jabber Video? This is what I was thinking of. The Jabber Video for Telepresence. This Jabber Video for Telepresence is something Cisco is giving away for free out there. So interesting to know that you can that ability to do free video, Jabber Video Telepresence is built in this client. Obviously, what we would be using it for, right, is we would use this guy right here to set up our voice. So again, find client on the iPad. AnyConnect, we do have AnyConnect on the iPad. So go to Android. So we have Jabber Voice, check. Jabber IM, no check. So no Jabber IM. As I said, it's been coming for a year and a half and still haven't seen it. So no IM there. Now it's funny here. Connect for most devices with ICS, or Ice Cream Sandwich. You got familiar with the Android world? You know that the coolest, latest thing is Ice Cream Sandwich. That's Android 4.0. And most, I should say, I'm not going to say most, say all devices have the ability to use Connect if you're running Ice Cream Sandwich. I just showed you the giant, right, and it has Secure Connect inside the application. You use it Android with Ice Cream Sandwich on it, and it was for any kind you could use it. Again, not all Android devices support AnyConnect, even though running Ice Cream Sandwich. Further, not all Android devices are going to be updated to Ice Cream Sandwich OS. Further, not all Android devices that run Sandwich, Ice Cream Sandwich, will the AnyConnect for yes. So what you probably gather here is so many Android devices and so Android OSs, especially ones that hook in deep into the operating system, be compiled and programmed for that particular device. So a Droid is different than a Droid Bionic. And you can't run application one and then the same application another. iPhones are different. Right? They're very similar in nature. They run the same iOS. Most of them are upgraded similarly and all run the latest version of iOS. Continue. And I just put Windows here just to let you know that regular Windows client is a combined client, right? So when we look at, let's pick it a little bit here. When we look at the personal communicator, not first, right? If you look at personal communicator, it's a compliant, right? I have a phone on here. My client is all combined. That's what I mean by that. All right. Similarly, the third client. Let me let's go back and let's disconnect this VPN here. Well, client. Here's my Jabber client. It is a combined client, right? So I can chat with the list one here, and I can call her, right? That's my client. AnyConnect, right? On PCs, we have AnyConnect and the Cisco VPN client. We use either one. So devices support, and as far as Jabber and AnyConnect, we will not use that term too loosely because depending on the device you're talking about, it's different. Okay, some options that I just threw together are, some options. These are just floating around my mind, and I'm sure I got a message from Scott a second ago. He's further on this path and is really looking at this stuff. So, if we deeper detail, we can ask him. And I'll ask him to comment on this video, make sure and set me straight on anything I said incorrectly, and also give us maybe some more information on where he is with all this stuff. I didn't talk to him prior to this, and shame on me. But option one, secure gateway mobile user. Now, understanding what the secure gateway, the Verizon off-the-shelf secure gateway mobile user product uses Cisco VPN. That's what it says inside. I'm not sure if that's correct information. I just got an email from Scott Tanner saying to use Juniper, and I would be shocked if they use Juniper concentrators and Cisco VPN client. I would not be shocked if Inside is not updated. So we're going to what Inside says right now, and if I'm incorrect, Scott will make sure and comment on this video and send out an update. So if you wanted to sell, if Inside is correct, and you wanted to sell a remote, if the customer had a business need for remote teleworkers, and they wanted the remote teleworkers to be able to use Jabber, Jabber for iPhone, Jabber voice ability also. We could take off the shelf the Cisco Verizon Secure Gateway mobile user, and that would then deploy the VPN client on the mobile user's desktop, and it would VPN, basically the VPN into PIP, and they have these gateways all over. They're not ASAs. There's anything else. I don't know. I would guess, Cisco 6,000 concentrators or 3,000 concentrators or something like that. OS devices, I'm not sure. This is the case. This is how things would roll, and you could sell this solution if they indeed use VPN, and VPN would work. If we're based on Juniper, it doesn't matter. If the Juniper client, no biggie. The story is here. You can get in the enterprise. If you get into the enterprise, you can get into UCCaaS, and you can use Jabber instant messaging, or you want to try it, voice, right? Voice termination. Monetary, right? With QoS, things like that we can't really control here until people are running 4G, and we have business class 4G with QoS and can discriminate against separate applications and things like that over the air and in the tower and doing and all that other stuff. But as fast as people out there, UVerse, Verizon, and Speed just cover up a lot of QoS quality issues. Many people I've use it, myself use it, great for years. The pros, it's an existing product. Cons, no mobile devices. I can't do it on iPhones today, not the Cisco VPN client anyway. If this is based in Juniper, I don't Juniper has, and we just, I don't know. On-prem manager. So this is something we came up with long ago. Got one down the throat, Scott Tanner. You can get with him more information, but this was basically, hey, with throwing ASA out there, ASA through AnyConnect, guess what? Laptops and iPhones and iPads doing Androids, right? So, Android devices are sketchy. As I said, you can't just say you can do ASA and AnyConnect and you can throw it out there and I can sell it to a customer and all your remote needs will be solved, because that's not the case for Android devices. You have to be very careful on what you say there. What are the cons on an existing product? As I know today, I mentioned ASA with Mobile Connect. It isn't a managed product that we sell today, so this would be a one unmanaged. Hosted. Now this gets into probably what the marketing folks are looking at, and Scott's looking at, something hosted. Maybe ASA that's hosted somewhere, X in the UCCaaS somehow. People start getting a little freaky when the internet connected up here, but I'm sure some security folks chime in on the deal. If we really need this, we have complete control of what comes over the internet into here. So that, for me, that's a good thing. If the customer's coming in this way, this is all their IP space, so we really can't control this. What we have here, but we don't control, what's coming in from that. In this case, if we were doing remote devices into UCCaaS and remote devices only, and you only on those remote devices, we would control everything. Is a viable solution? I'll tell you why. And these argue for or against this. This is UC only, right? If we do something like this, it would be UC only. The first thing folks want to do when they come in with a mobile device, if they're coming to their using a VPN client like AnyConnect, remember AnyConnect connect the whole client, the whole device, right? I can't run two AnyConnects like that. If you don't have a solution as an enterprise, and we sell you a solution, and it's let's say in the future we do something like this, the first thing to do on my remote device is get to my applications like Insight or W or our framework site or SharePoint sites or something like that. So if we had something like this, it has VPN in, going into UCCaaS and then coming out and going this way. There's all kind of arguments on how we can connect this. You can connect it here. You can connect it here. That may not be a problem, but you'll have to think about and the experts how this is going to work. That's obviously not an existing product. Or hosted as virtualized with ASA 1000B. Now, if you aware, Cisco came out with a virtualized ASA. So that is not not hardware you rack in a rack. It's just like the Cisco UC server, UC application servers. It sits in a virtualized environment. So very interesting. I hope we down this road, or hope we vet a little bit further. Today, the ASA, as I understand it, doesn't support the virtualized ASA 1000B. Does not support that is. So they're going to bring this AnyConnect and remote VN and all the stuff into the ASA, the virtualized ASA. Makes things very interesting. Can we add it into UCCaaS as an application server? Can we put it over there in CAS and connect the two together? What it looks like. This definitely would give each person or each customer their own dedicated ASA or UC application termination. All the implications, I don't know. But I know this is an interesting design and something that I'm sure Scott is looking into. Be very interested in his comments on this. Dedicated application, like I said, and cons, not an existing product. Customer may want access to applications. And again, that if I'm in a centralized environment, then I want to go to my, I want to go over here. So if we're kind of going through here, remember, this is free. We give customer this free access right here. So I want to figure something out. It's going to be maybe virtualized, and maybe it's in UCCaaS, but it actually connects this, something like that. I don't know. So they do have traffic to their applications. They can go over and just not hit any of the UCCaaS stuff, not take any of the bandwidth, but go this way and then get to their application. Requirements for AnyConnect. What are the requirements for AnyConnect? Obviously, an ASA. They need a premium licenses. Right? This is the license. They come in packs, 25, 50, 100. This is how you size your ASA for remote users. Remote VPN connections, for that matter. We need this AnyConnect mobile license. So this is not a license because we need 50 licenses. If I have 50 iPhones out there connecting with AnyConnect, this is where they on-off thing. So I buy this license to turn on the AnyConnect mobile feature, and I can use these licenses for iPhones, iPads, Androids, and what have you. So then, users, you turn on the ability for mobile devices to be able to use these licenses. AnyConnect 3.0, and then iOS or Android device, I said AnyConnect 2.5, and then mileage may vary there. I've got a link here. It's a great link. Go to it, and you'll see what I mean about AnyConnect and the devices and OSs that are not supporting this. It's quite shocking. Never in my life, if a customer has Android devices, talk anything with AnyConnect or VPN with AnyConnect using mobile Connect mobile licenses or AnyConnect mobile licenses until I found out exactly what their deployment model is, exactly what devices they have, and things like that, because not all of them are supported. How to make it easy to connect to the VPN. This is an interesting topic. This is something that we'll need to do if we build a service like this. My argument that when you use a VPN client, let's bring up this guy. VPN client. I don't really care what my VPN client is. I want to use Cisco Jabber. So I'm going to just click on Cisco Jabber, and I'm roaming or on Wi-Fi at my enterprise to connect. I don't have time to be logging in and things like that on NSA and VPNing. And I think myself, my opinion only, people will tolerate that on mobile devices. Mobile devices are quick, purpose-built, well, I shouldn't say purpose-built, but multifaceted. If I want to do stuff, don't need VPN in. I have time for that. I chat with someone now. I want it always to be connected. Like enterprise, I want it to connect to Wi-Fi. If I run out of my enterprise and 4G, 3G, I want it connected. I want VPN to come up and connect up to my PSA if it's hosted or Verizon hosted or my own or whatever. So what I'm talking about here, auto disconnect inside the enterprise, auto connect when outside the enterprise, and there's a feature called, there's actually these, but this trusted network detection is what there is called on the Android devices. And it's a little difficult to configure. I haven't finished configuring this, and I haven't tested it yet. I'm still with documentation, and there's a couple of things that I don't understand yet. The one is called Connect on Demand. Now, this is available on iOS devices. Again, you see what I'm talking about. We can use AnyConnect and Jabber and seamless, connectivity if we're building a product. We think more. We have to think more because all this stuff isn't glued together yet. So, again, iOS devices support one thing, and devices support a different thing. Auto connect and auto disconnect based on if you're in the enterprise or outside the enterprise. So I have to do this. This is very easy to configure. You have to configure certs. So you have to configure certificates in this because you log in once, and then once you have certificates, basically, then it'll log in automatically in time. Now the way it works is very simple. There's a couple of options here. Always connect and connect if needed, and these can be pushed down. Also, let me see if I can show you that. It's very self-explanatory. If I show you this, let's go back to the home screen. Let's go to AnyConnect here. AnyConnect on my iPhone here and AnyConnect on iPhone iPad are the same. And look at my AnyConnect profile here. I see this thing down here, Connect on Demand. I can choose yes on this, and then basically a domain list. And right here, I can put in my domain, or I put in a host if I want to. If I don't, excuse me, I can't. It's not a host. But if I'm inside the enterprise and I'm on Wi-Fi, and I'll get it. My Jabber comes up, my Cisco voice comes up. But if I am 3G, 4G, and an application come up, for example, and for a host called cups.vzb.com, it automatically kicks off the VPN. And I'm doing certificate-based authentication. Again, it's going to come in the background. I don't even know what's up, except it'll show up here that it's connected. But that makes this seamless, application. It comes up and starts chatting away, presence, and all that other stuff. Okay, what do I mean by that? And I didn't get it to work. Something's wrong. I did find a couple of cases on that. There are some fixes I haven't tried yet. So just a little bit. This stuff isn't all baked. Still some problems that Cisco is having. And the managed mobility help. I put in there because managed mobility can help because we install applications, right? Maybe customers, they have customers that they don't want to go to the App Store or tell their users to do anything. They just want to put down AnyConnect and push down Cisco Voice and Cisco Jabber IM on their iPhone. They want the VPN profile for AnyConnect pushed down. Not that, they want the cert installed, so the cover even has to, all of a sudden he just has these applicants, pop on his iPhone. All he has to do is, hey, I got this Jabber IM and I have a an email how to use my Jabber IM. I fire up my Jabber IM, and no matter if he's on-prem or off-prem, it's going to come up. It's going to bring up the VPN front if it needs to, and it's not going to if he's on-prem. So in my talk today, hopefully that gives you some background and some knowledge on AnyConnect, Jabber, and remote devices. And only thing I wanted to mention that maybe or may not be pertinent to this talk was if I mentioned it or not, but the new Jabber for Windows still does not support WebEx. If I already mentioned that, and see how I'm in UCCaaS, my UCCaaS instance here, and I have WebEx ability. I can't escalate to WebEx. So when CUPS is in the background, when CUPS is providing the back end to the Jabber for Windows, no WebEx integration, as opposed to the old CUPSy client. Sorry about that. That shows what's going on there, but that's just a little maybe. Anyway, see here, I'm communicating with Jack. So I'm in the chat section. I can start a meeting, see it grayed out. I can start a WebEx meeting. All that you guys have seen the demos and all that stuff. Okay, that is it, and I will stop this recording. Hopefully. If my people are